Todd, you didn't weren't available to play last time you guys played the 49ers. How do you feel going into this one, and what have you seen from them?
Good team. Those guys been pretty much banged up all year, but they're just a good team right now, and they've been finding ways to win, and they've been doing a pretty good job. Even though things haven't been going their way last couple of weeks, they put themselves in a good enough position to be able to lose however many games they lost these last couple. So they're doing a pretty good job, though.
How do you just kind of put last week behind in terms of as a team and individually in terms of what happened at Dallas, kind of looking forward?
Oh yeah, I mean that's just part of the league. It won't be the first time you get beat like that, and won't be the last. So it's just part of just the roller coaster going through the league, and just next week.
Todd, how would you evaluate how you've played throughout the whole season compared to seasons past? How do you see yourself this year?
I don't never really compare myself to no one or previous seasons. Every year is different. Every year is a different experience. Every year is a different team. So, obviously, we haven't done, what we wanted to do. And not even talking about me, just talking about overall team. Games left. And just focus on each week. Don't focus on, what I could have done or how many yards I could have had or how many touchdowns. Just try to worry about the bigger picture, get a win. Like I told you, whether it's 10 yards or 100 yards, don't matter as long as we get the win. That's kind of all that matters.
Go ahead, Gary. Sorry. It's okay. Just given how you guys have done this season and some of the opportunities you had or didn't have, you still made the Pro Bowl as an alternate anyway. What do you think that – do you get some, I don't know, validation out of that since it's the players and coaches that vote for that and still have you in there?
Yeah, that's just more of the respect that I get from other players around the league, that they have for me. And, so that definitely means a lot, just coming from your peers and coaches or whatever. But, that just kind of just shows the amount of respect I have for other guys around the league and the amount of respect they have, they have for me as well.
Like Gary said, Todd, that I know that you obviously weren't out there for the first game against the 49ers, and that was back in mid-October. But from what you watched or saw, what did you take away from that game? Did you feel like there was anything that could have been done differently offensively or anything?
I don't even know. It was like week 4, so I couldn't even tell you. But, yeah, I haven't played against the 49ers. I feel like I always miss them like once a year. Even my rookie year, I didn't play against them. But, it's always a good feeling. I feel like when I do play against them, I usually do fairly well. But, yeah, triple hitter Saturday, so looking forward to it.
Do you hope to actually take part in the Pro Bowl? As an alternate, do you have to accept the invitation to be an alternate? Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Do you hope
Usually when I made it, I just made it. I don't know how that works, bro. I don't really care either.
But do you hope to play in the game?
No, I hope those guys that made it go play in the game. Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Zeke, Nick Chubb, Mark, and Derrick Henry. All those guys had a hell of a year. Always been great players, been great running backs. So I think a couple of those guys their first time. So, definitely I would want those guys to go and experience that with their family, their friends, and enjoy it.
One things that does stand out from that first game against the 49ers was the first drive that you guys had where Malcolm ran it, I think, 5 times, and it was all running plays. Do you remember that drive?
Yeah. It was, I think, like a bunch of runs in a row. And then it was a pretty good drive. They kind of made some adjustments the second drive, and then the rest of the game wasn't really that great. But it's a divisional game. Anything can happen. They're familiar with us. We're familiar with them. So divisional games can always go either way.